Hello, everyone, and welcome to Huntington University. We are in the bottom of the first here between the Taylor Trojans and the Huntington University Foresters. It's a fast start from the visitors from Upland, Indiana, as the Foresters will try to fight back here in the bottom of the first. I'm Preston Husband alongside the rest of the FDN Sports crew here today, as we've got a double dip between the Taylor Trojans and the Huntington Foresters. Gina Moore pokes a bunt down left side, throw in time. A good play by the third baseman for the Trojans. And that's the first out here in the bottom of the first, as Casey Hickle led off the bottom of the first for the Foresters with a leadoff walk. She's now in scoring position, and that'll bring up Bree Hines, who's having a tremendous season here for HU. So it'll be a sacrifice bunt for Morris. Hines pokes one out to center field. Able to track back on it was Agri. She makes the catch, and now two down. And now the Foresters will have to go with two outs, as Jess Duvall will have a chance with runners still in scoring position. Foresters just got the news that this game was pushed up to 2 o'clock yesterday, actually. It was supposed to be a 3 o'clock first pitch, so now 2 and 4 today is the plan, as Duvall sees first pitch changeup outside, ball 1. On the mound for the Trojans, it's Maddie Foy today. It's her 11th appearance on the year. She sits at 4 and 4, right around a 4 ERA. Ground ball right side, scooped up, throw in time. That's going to retire the side as Sanchez puts out Duvall. And we will head to the top of the second. Right now, it's the Trojans up 3-0 over Huntington University. All right, welcome back to Huntington University. It's the top of the second. The Foresters trailing 3-0. And that pitch is in the bottom of the zone for strike one. That evens up the count at 1-1. So 1-1 count. Lefty on the mound. Here comes the pitch. That's a swing and a miss. Foresters go with a quick pitching change here today. It was Emma Payton that started the game. Now it's Natalie Hasselby who is on the mound for HU. She gets the sign and the pitch. Swing and a miss. Good start for her out of the bullpen, as she's able to throw that one right by the hitter at the plate. The first strikeout for the Foresters pitching staff today. That was Sanchez, who went chasing out of the zone. That'll now bring up Madison Standridge. She is the third baseman for the Trojans today. First pitch again delivered in there for a strike. Immediate impact here right out of the bullpen for the Foresters, as Hazelby has come in and thrown a ton of strikes here to the first two batters. Pitch. Bunt attempt. Right back to her, and it's poked by her. That's going to be an infield single. A nice bunt by Standridge as she poked that right past the outstretched arm of Hazelby.
Now batting number 16, Aaliyah Rastetter.
That'll bring up Aaliyah Rastetter. Her first time up, she doubled, was then picked off of third base, but was a part of that fast start for Taylor in the first inning. This one's lifted towards center field. Tharp giving it chase. She'll run it down in the gap. Another quick out, 2 down, and that'll bring up Livy Lehman. So Peyton, who's been really one of the best pitchers for HU this season, a freshman, 5 games, 3 starts, 3-0, a 1.29 ERA coming in. Didn't have her best stuff in that first inning, but thankfully in a softball game, she might be able to come right back. Game 2, steal on, throw down to second, not in time, as Strandridge is in sliding, and now another runner in scoring position. Lehman, 1 for 1 on the day. The pitch. That one's up too high. Count is 1-1. Foresters in their black jerseys, green bottoms today. Taylor in their all gray with the notorious Taylor purple around the lettering and some of the undersleeves as that change-up's too high. And of course, familiar face for a lot of Foresters. Their head coach, Coach Gower, used to coach here at Huntington University for several years as well. Pitch pops straight up in the air. Duval able to circle under it. She makes the grab, and it's a scoreless inning for Hazelby out of the bullpen. We're going to take a short break. We'll be right back. The Foresters trying to get some runs back in the bottom of the second. We are back for the bottom of the second. It's still 3-0 for Taylor, as leading off the second frame for the Foresters will be Nigella Reck. We've seen her all over the infield this year. Today, she is the first baseman for HU. We'll have a chance to get a rally going here in the early part of Game 1. Maddie Foy was able to work around a little trouble in the first inning. Her first pitch is ripped by Reck down the right field line. It's foul. Strike number 1. Reck comes in having a nice season. Two-sport athlete here for the Foresters. So far on the young year, 270 hitter, 4 doubles, 10 runs knocked in. Been a consistent part of this Forester lineup that's been really solid. Pitch. That one's too far outside. Counts 1-1. HU sits at 11-9, 3-3 in the Crossroads League. On the other side, Taylor is 11-11, 3-5, playing 2 more games so far in the conference schedule. Foresters have battled a lot of weather and rain, some cold, which is going to cancel the 2 games tomorrow for them, as that one's fouled straight back off the netting. So it's kind of hard to get into that rhythm at the moment, but so far off to a really nice start to this season. Reck and Foy battling in this at-bat. It's a 2-2 count. Foy from the windup. Reck pops it up right side. Over on it, a couple of infielders and able to run it down in foul ground was Sanchez. She's made the last 2 outs on defense for Taylor. It's 1 up, 1 down. So that'll bring up Chloe Gregory, one of the sophomores in this lineup. It's a pretty popular theme for the Foresters. Came in with a phenomenal freshman class. Now some bigger at-bats this year in their second seasons as Gregory sees a pitch hit the outside corner, strike number 1. Foy ready to deliver again. That time a changeup. That one's too far outside. Counts 1-1. If you're just joining us, it was a fast start for Taylor, 3-0 lead. In the top of the first, all those runs scored, as now another one's too high. And it's Gregory in front in the count right now, 2-1. Pitch. Lifted up and out of play to the right side. Count is now 2-2. Gregory's today's second baseman for HU as she lofts one down the left field line, foul. Gregory hitting .250, 3 extra base hits on the season with 7 runs knocked in. Her offense has been solid, but really a tremendous defender. We've already seen her make a few diving plays here in some home games that we had earlier in the season. She sees that one up too high again. Now the count's full. Kind of what Chloe does, just hard-nosed player, always brings good at-bats. See if she can pay it off. Foy's pitch. Another good swing, fouled out of play, and another extended at-bat as she continues to make Foy work. Full count. Pitch. Gregory lofts one again down the left field line. That one's out of play as she continues to battle. Foy had a pretty quick and efficient first inning, just threw a little over 10 pitches. Here against Gregory, she's already up to 7 or 8 in this at-bat. Pitch. That one is outside, and Gregory has a great at-bat, and maybe that's what gets the offense going for HU. That'll bring up Courtney Mason as she steps in from the right side. Pitch hit hard right side, but right to a Taylor defender who was coming in on it. McCreary makes the grab. Hard hit ball. Mason's retired, and that's the second out of the inning.
Number 2, Maddie Goheen.
So it'll be up to Maddie Goheen to keep the rally going. Struggled a little bit offensively so far this year. Just sitting at 125 from the plate, but a tremendous defensive catcher as she looks at a fastball too far outside. Zone has been a little tight on the outside corner here through the first couple of innings. 1-0 pitch. Swing and a miss. Counts 1-1. Since we didn't have time to run you around the lineup, take you through it here really quick. Behind the pitcher, Foy. From left to right, Standridge in the infield, Lehman at shortstop, Sanchez at second, Tannehill at first, as Goheen stares at a strike. In the outfield from left to right, it's Rastetter, Agri, McCreary, and doing the catching is Barton. 1-2 pitch. That one's too far outside. Snap throw down to first, not in time as Gregory's able to sneak back in. Pitch. Goheen stays alive, fouls it off to the right side. Two-two count. HU in search of some offense. Foy's pitch. Lifted into short center field, coming in on it, and a couple of Taylor defenders there, but able to make the grab was the center fielder Agri, and that will retire the side. We head to the top of the third. Forrester's looking to get the offense going. It'll be up to Hasselby to keep the Taylor lineup in order. Welcome back to Huntington University. It's a 3-0 lead for the visiting Taylor Trojans. It's Natalie Hazelby who's back out there for her second inning of work. Lefty's pitch, a good one right over the heart of the plate. Strike number one. Kaylee Larkin at the plate. She was part of that solid offensive first inning, and in fact the best hitter for the Trojans, coming in nearly hitting .500 on the year at .481. She's got 13 extra base hits, including 6 home runs and 20 RBIs, so someone you got to be careful with. Powerful hitting right-handed hitter. Hazelby drops a changeup down too low. The count's 1-1. Take you around the infield and outfield for the Foresters from left to right. The Duvals man the left side. Over on the right side, it is Chloe Gregory. And at first base, Courtney Mason. Behind the plate, Maddie Goheen. She's worked a lot behind there this year. Hines in left, Tharp in center, Moore in right. And, of course, Hazelby on the mound, second pitcher for the Foresters here today. There's another long one lifted left side. Larkin looking for number 7, and it's off the First Federal Savings Bank sign. Not a way we want to meet one of our sponsors today, but Larkin adds another extra base hit, make it another double. That is the 8th on the season. Just talked about how she is a powerful hitter and one of the best in the entire Crossroads League. That's why she sits right in the middle for Coach Gower. Pitch. Swing and a miss by the lefty this time. This is Jersey Tannehill. Steps up with a .344 average. Knocked in 14 runs today, batting in the cleanup spot. Lefty on lefty. Pitch. Looking to bunt. She does, but it's foul. Counts 0-2. Hazelby works through the signs with her coach and catcher. Now delivers the 0-2 pitch. A good one, slapped to the left side out of play. Count holds and no balls and 2 strikes. Hazelby will go through the same scenario here. Looking for strikeout number 2, and she's got it with a nasty pitch that fell away from the left-handed hitting Tannehill. Strikeout number 2, out number 1, and that'll bring up Delaney McCreary. Couple of Delaney's on this Taylor side. McCreary, the one up to bat, lofts it into short center field. Tharp able to come in and make an easy catch. And now Hazelby looking for a second straight scoreless inning to keep the Foresters right in this game. It'll be a 2-out situation for Delaney Barton. So from one Delaney to another. Barton now at the plate. Still a runner in scoring position. 2 outs this time. She's a .250 hitter on the season. 11 runs knocked in, 1 long ball. That one's below the knees, ball number 1. HU will be playing a game number 2 shortly after this one is over. Just the top of the 3rd in game 1, though. Foresters trail 3-0. Pitch. Fouled off. Looks like it was Barton there, a little out in front of that one. Maybe a changeup from Hazelby. Count is 1-1. Coach Erin Naylor looking for a good response from her team today. Was not pleased with how the Marion series went last weekend. Wants to make sure they're locked in and getting back to playing good softball as Hazelby delivers a strike on the outside corner. The count now 1 ball and 2 strikes. Hazelby goes through the signs again. The pitch. Lifted right side, excuse me. They're going to test the arm of the right fielder, and now the brakes are thrown on at third by Larkin. But a nice piece of 2-strike hitting there by Barton, who shot it through the right side, and that keeps the inning alive with now runners on the corner. So that'll give the center fielder Agri a chance. Emery has already been seen a few times defensively today, including ending the bottom of the second with a nice catch, fouls the first pitch off the netting. Agri is 0 for 1 today. Another lefty on lefty matchup here for Hazelby. Trying to get out of trouble. Pitch. That one's outside. Well, it looked like it. Instead, it's called a strike. So now the count's 0-2. Hazelby just a pitch away. Came in for Peyton after 1 inning of work. Pitch. Fouled off left side again. Count holds at 0-2. HU is scheduled for 2 against St. Francis earlier in the week. That ended up getting canceled. And then tomorrow's game's already canceled as well. So the Foresters getting a lot of time off here. And right now, they're trying to win a couple of games against the Trojans. These two teams pretty even so far on the season, but the Foresters have been dominant in their 4 home games this year, winning every single one of them. 1-2 pitch. Down too low. Now the runner goes. Throw down to second. Taylor's going to end up getting a run out of this, and they're going to get a runner thrown out at second base on the backside. But that run will count. It'll be 4-0 now as we head to the bottom of the third. Foresters coming up to the plate. Welcome back to Huntington University. It's the bottom of the third, and the Foresters currently trailing by 4, looking to get their offense rolling here against Matty Foy, who's off to a great start on the mound for the visiting Trojans. Huntington will need some offense here from the bottom of their order in this inning, as they'll get it started with Tharp, who is back up to the plate. Bottom of the order is typically her spot, but still one of the best hitters and most consistent hitters on this team at 364. That pitch is up too high, counts 1-1. Tharp waits in, Foy ready to pitch. The 1-1. That one is just outside, count 2 balls and 1 strike. It was 3 innings in the first for Taylor, 1 there in the top of the third on a double steal. And on the backside, Goheen made a nice throw to retire a batter. That one curves into the zone. And now the count is 2-2. Tharp can get on. She's got the top of the order right after her to come back up. Foy delivers. Swing and a miss by Tharp. It's a strikeout for Carly as she'll head back to the dugout. And Foy on the day, that's her first strikeout. And that'll bring up Casey Hickel. Hickel, the second leading hitter on the team so far in her freshman year. As the lefty stands in, another lefty waits behind her in Gina Moore. Hickel looking to bunt for a strike. It's called, or bunt for a hit, excuse me. It's called strike 1. Hickel readjusts, asks for time, and now ready to roll. Foy's pitch Change up way too high. Count 1 ball and 1 strike. The defense for Taylor cheats in a little bit on the infield. Hickle, a speedy runner at the top of this Forester lineup. Pitch. Swatted to the left side off the netting. And it's now 1 ball and 2 strikes. Foy's done a really nice job controlling the zone throughout her first 2 1/3 innings of work. Pitch. Too low. Counts 2-2. Hickle, a lefty that likes to hit it the other way. Right around 400 on the year. First collegiate season. Pitch. That one's called strike 3. It's a drop third strike. The put out will go from Barton to Tannehill. So that one finds the outside corner. It's 2 strikeouts in a row, and now it's Gina Moore who's up to the plate with 2 outs.
Up to the plate, number 1, Gina Moore.
Moore will look to get something going for HU. Foy pitches. Same spot, same result, called strike. It's been a little bit of a coin flip on some of these outside pitches here early. Here's the pitch. Moore swats it left side. That just falls foul. And now the count. No balls and 2 strikes. Foy looking to strike out the side. Gino on the season, 370 hitter. Really nice 1-2 punch for the Foresters before the RBI hitters and cleanup hitters come in up after them. See if Moore can get back on track here. Gino waits. Here's the pitch from Foy. Swatted off left side again. Count remains at 1 ball and 2 strikes. Moore on the day, 0 for 1. Did put the ball in play last time up, but it was a sac bunt to the pitcher as she knocks this one up the middle. It's going to be an infield single. She did round the bag there, so if the tag would have been applied, she would have been called out. But they went ahead and did not apply that tag there. Moore maybe thought that one got through the infield. If the first baseman, Tannehill, would have applied that tag on Moore, she would have been called out. So maybe a good break for HU. See if they can take care of that. Bring up Bree Hines. I already talked about the seasons she's having so far this year. Tremendous hitter. In fact, leading the Foresters for most this season in hitting. Right now, just a few points behind Hickle. Still at 386. Knocked in the second most runs on the team behind Jess Duvall. See if she can knock in one here and get the scoring started. Hines hits it hard, but it's right to Sanchez at second base, and it's another scoreless inning for the Taylor Trojans. Foy in a good rhythm. When we come back, we're on to the top of the 4th. Foresters down 4-0. Back at Huntington University, the Foresters trail the Trojans right now 4-0 as they look to get the offense going. Right now it'll be up to the defense, though, to keep this game just to 4 runs at the moment. Hazelby has had 2 scoreless innings so far out of the bullpen. She'll look to make it 3 in a row, as it'll be a lefty at the plate for Taylor. First pitch, a good one right on the inside corner, strike number 1. Standing in, number 3, today's center fielder is Emery Agri. The pitch, that time too far outside. Count 1 ball and 1 strike. Agri in today's game, just 0 for 1. She tries to collect her first hit of the afternoon. Here's the pitch. That one nearly hits her on the right elbow. Instead, she ducks out of the way. Count now 2 balls and 1 strike. Hazelby's pitch. Agri pops it up. Duvall goes back on it, able to get underneath it, and Maddie makes the grab. So once again, Hazelby retires the leadoff hitter of an inning. And now it'll be up to Sanchez, the second baseman, who steps in. Sanchez today 0 for 1, a strikeout victim against Hazelby, her first time up. And looks at that one just too low. Count 1-0. Foresters shallow in the outfield, kind of medium depth in the infield dirt. The pitch. Hazelby finds that extended outside corner again. The count's 1-1. Sanchez waits in. Hazelby rolls through the signs, and now the pitch. Hit hard through the left side. That's a base hit. Change in left field, it looks like, for the Foresters as well. No Bree Hines out there at the moment. And that's a single by Sanchez. Another hit for the Trojans, as that is their 8th already on the day. It'll be Standridge back up. Her last time up, I believe she bunted for a single through the right side, and that is indeed what she did. 1 for 1 on the day. Looks at that first pitch on the outside corner, strike 1. Standridge, right around a 300 hitter on the season. Sanchez waits on first. The pitch, she's looking to bunt again. Decided to take a ball instead. Count 1 ball, 1 strike. 1 out, top of the 4th. All the scoring for Taylor here so far. The pitch. Standridge looking to do that same exact thing. Fouls it off again. Now a 1 ball, 2 strike count. Hazelby has a couple of strikeouts already today, as she was looking for her 3rd. That one's just a bit low with the changeup. Count evens up at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Here's the pitch. Foul ball left side. Count holds. Pretty chilly day here in Huntington, Indiana. A little bit of overcast skies. Not a big threat of rain, but some later this afternoon. Big reason why this game was pushed up to 2 o'clock today. Standridge waits. Here's the pitch. Hazelby had her a little off balance. Tharp camps underneath it, makes the grab. Now 2 outs. And Hazelby once again looking for another scoreless inning here. It'll be up to Aaliyah Rastetter to keep it going.
Number 16, Aaliyah Rastetter.
Rastetter, kind of the anchor of this offense, leading off today, already has a knock to her name. The pitch. That one's on the outside corner, called strike. Hazelby with a good rhythm out on the mound at the moment. Pitching with pace. That one's too far outside. Count now 1-1. Still Sanchez over on first after she had a 1-out single through the left side. Hazelby, another hitter off balance. Gregory came in, couldn't get there. It's going to be another hit as Gregory just couldn't quite get to that one. It was hit just soft enough, so now runners on first and second, and that'll bring up Livy Lehman. Maybe a little bit of bad luck there for the Foresters, as Hazelby made a good pitch, just hit it to the right spot on the other side. Lehman waits in. Hazelby delivers. That one's right at the knees, called strike number one. Hazelby out of the bullpen today, now up to 45 pitches. And she tries to get out of this next inning of work. Ground ball left side. Duvall took a tricky bounce, but able to flip it over to Gregory in time. And once again, Hazelby works out of trouble. We head to the bottom of the fourth. HU down 4. Back for the bottom of the fourth. HU still trails by 4 runs. It's been Maddie Foy who's been in control on the bump today. 47 pitches, 3 innings so far. Just 2 strikeouts, but the most important number, no runs against the Trojans. Foy's pitch. That one is a changeup too low. Count 1-0. This is Jess Duvall. Couple of Duvalls in the lineup today. Maddie and Jess, twin sisters that play on the left side of the infield as Duvall takes that one too high. Count 2 balls, no strikes. Foy's 2-0 pitch. That one hits the inside corner. Count now 2-1. Jess having a great year so far this season. Been one of the most consistent hitters in this lineup at 370. As she hits one hard left side. That was going to be a tough play, and that one was hit just hard enough that Standridge couldn't handle it. So the leadoff hitter is on for HU, and maybe a chance to now add to it. So now it's the next Duvall who comes up. Maddie steps up to the plate, and she'll have a chance to hopefully hit her sister around the bases and get something going. First pitch is a ball, as Duvall will settle back in. Jess on first, Maddie at the plate. The pitch, Foy delivers a strike via foul ball down the right field line. Maddie and Jess, one playing third, that being Jess. Shortstop today, Maddie. Here's the pitch. Hit hard, right side. That's going to get down for a hit. Jess on her way to third. The throw is in time but too low, and the backside runner in safely. So Jess with a hard hit ball, and now Maddie a hard hit ball to the right side. The Foresters are in business with 2 runners in scoring position and no one out. So HU now with a single could potentially cut this lead in half, as it'll be the next batter up, Chloe Gregory. She had a tremendous at bat her first time up as well. She ended up walking. This time, if she could get a hit, HU can climb a little closer. That was Maddie Duvall who just hit in Nigella Reck's spot, by the way. So a couple of changes for HU. Gregory lifts this straight up in the air towards the center fielder, Agri. 3 Trojans coming in, and Agri ends up making the catch on the infield dirt. Out number 1. And now it's up to Courtney Mason to knock in the first run for HU. Mason, her first time out. Hit one to the right side, this time up the middle. It's off the hand of Sanchez, and that's going to score 2 for the Foresters, as now the HU side is starting to chop back into this game. A great piece of hitting there by Courtney Mason, as Huntington cuts the lead in half. So Goheen now steps up to the plate. HU could not get a break, it felt like, offensively through that first 3 innings. Right now in the 4th, they got something going as that first pitch is called a strike on the outside corner. Still plenty of time for HU to keep chopping away in this one. Pitch. Goheen this time takes 2 high, and the count is 1 ball and 1 strike. Mason over on first. Here's the pitch. Lifted right side. Goheen hits it there again, but it's caught by Sanchez again. And both times she has been up, that's been the result. And now Carly Tharp will come up with 2 outs.
Now number 4, Carly Tharp.
Carly batting 9th once again here today. Struck out her first time up. Pitch. That one's too far outside. It's been an aggressive sort of catching behind the plate by Barton, getting ready to snap throw down behind, it seems like, any runner that gets on base for HU. Trying to keep them close on those secondary leads. Tharp fouls it straight back. Count is now 1-1. Foy is just going to be charged with the 1 earned run. A couple of mistakes by her defense behind her so far today. As Tharp lifts one into center field, Agri coming in and makes another nice catch, and that retires the side. But the Foresters make it a 2-run game. We head to the top of the 5th. It's Taylor 4, Huntington 2. Back here for the top of the 5th, it'll be Natalie Hazelby, who is back on the mound. She has come in and thrown a really solid 3 2/3 innings, just 1 earned run, 2 strikeouts to her name, and she'll be facing the best hitter for the Trojans, as it's Kaylee Larkin back at the plate. She doubled off the left field wall last time up. This time to the left side, throw by the shortstop, and just in time was Larkin getting to the bag. I think she thought that ball may have got through the infield, and it was nearly a spectacular play by Maddie Duvall to throw her out. Instead, it's a leadoff single. Looks like Coach Gower might be wanting to make a change here, as Larkin is going to get a single to her name, but then she's going to get a pinch runner / courtesy runner in to run for her. So Larkin collects another hit. This time she'll be able to take a seat. Someone else going to come in and run for her. Can't quite tell the number quite yet. We'll deliver that as soon as we can see. That'll bring up Tannehill, who stands in. Pitch from Hazelby, excuse me. That one's inside. Counts 1-0. Tannehill so far today, 1 for 2 and 2 RBIs on a 2-run triple earlier in this game. That one falls in the zone, counts 1-1. Hazelby's pitch. Lifted into center field. Tharp able to run in. She was getting ready to gun it back to first base, but dashing back in time. A nice play by Tharp. That's the first out of the inning, and that'll bring up Delaney McCreary. Schultz is the runner that came in for Larkin over at first base. Adds a little extra speed to the base paths, and maybe on an extra base hit can extend the lead. Bunt down left side. Jess Duvall scoops it up. Great throw over, but it's dropped by Gregory. She's going to get an error on that one as Gregory couldn't handle the throw. And now HU kind of giving up a few extra at-bats here, hopefully for the Foresters doesn't come back to bite. That'll bring up the catcher, Barton. She's 1 for 2 on the day. Right side, Gregory gets another chance, delivers that one too low, and nearly the runner from second goes all the way home. Instead, it loads up the bases, and the Foresters' defense right now hurting them a little bit in this inning as now the bases are loaded with just one out. And Coach Aaron Ayler wants to come have a chat. The Foresters easily could have been out of this inning, and a couple of mistakes now have hurt HU, but still definitely a chance to get out of the inning. It'll just take some stellar defense, and if Hazelby maybe can get a ground ball right back to her or a strikeout, we'll see what happens. Taylor is going to put in a new hitter, it looks like, to face Hazelby. It was Emery Agri that was supposed to be up.
Now batting number 9, Grace Mullins.
But instead it's Grace Mullins, another lefty who's going to be up to hit. And I'm not sure Coach Gower's done with his changes yet. He might be looking to replace another runner as well. A lot of strategy going into this inning for Taylor's head coach, as it will be another pinch runner. It's Meg Stanley who comes in to run at first base. So now the base is loaded with Trojans, 2 of them pinch runners, and now a pinch hitter at the plate as well. Mullins waits in. Hazelby has been hurt a little bit by her defense this half inning. Ready to swing as Mullins shoots it left side foul. Counts 0-1. Inning started with a Larkin infield single. Taylor looking to add on. Mullins once again, slap hitter, slaps it to the left side foul. Counts 0-2. If Hazelby can get a strikeout, she does have Sanchez up next as well, who's 1 for 2 on the day. Natalie's pitch. Another one right back up the middle. Tharp gets it on a hop. It's going to be an RBI single for Mullins on an 0-2 count. And just like that, Taylor responds after HU gets 2 in the bottom of the 4th.
Now batting number 6, Brooke Sanchez.
So a frustrating inning for the Foresters. They just fought so hard to get back into it. Now a couple of errors and a couple of singles has Taylor back up 3. Hazelby to Sanchez. That one's low. Good block by Goheen. Counts 1-0. Still lots of time left for this Forester offense, though. Just need to find a way to get out of this inning. Hazelby's pitch. Hit up the middle, going back on it and unable to make a play. There is a chance for a force out at third, and Tharp, who was very heads up there, delivered a perfect strike to Jess Duvall. So the Foresters give one up, but that's actually going to go fielder's choice, and it'll be scored 8-5. So extremely rare, and if you're Sanchez, a little frustrated you don't get a hit out of that, but you do get the RBI, and it's back to a 4-run lead for Taylor. That one's down too low. Count is 1-0. Hazelby's pitch. That's down too low again. Count now 2-0. Hazelby delivers high, and it's fouled left side. That was another really good swing there by Standridge. Count now 2-1. Hazelby has given her team some really great innings out of the bullpen today. See if she can add another one to it. Her team down 4. The pitch. That's down too low. Counts 3 balls and 1 strike. Good hitters count here for Standridge. Natalie gets the sign, and now the pitch. That one's directly on the outside corner. The count runs full. Three balls, 2 strikes. Runners will get off and going here on the pitch. There they go. That one hits Standridge in the helmet. And now the base is once again loaded full of Taylor Trojans. So that'll turn the lineup over. It's going to be Aaliyah Rastetter who steps back in, and really a chance for Taylor to kind of blow this game open if their leadoff hitter gets a knock here. Pitch. Rastetter lifts it center field. Tharp going back. She'll be able to get back far enough, makes the grab, but Taylor responds with 2 back right at the Huntington Foresters. It's a 4-run lead again, 6-2. We head to the bottom of the 5th. Welcome back to Huntington University. It's a 4-run lead for the Taylor Trojans, 6-2. The Trojans just got 2 back in the top of the 5th. So far the scoring has gone 3 for the Trojans in the first. Then they added 1 more on in the top of the 3rd. Since then, Huntington scored 2 in the bottom of the 4th, and then the Trojans right back with 2 more in the top of the 5th. So the comeback will be back on for HU as they'll start with the top of the order in Casey Hickle. Hickle stares at a strike, counts 0-1. Foy has had a really nice day on the mound for the Taylor Trojans. For the most part, been in complete control as Hickle slaps one foul left side, counts 0-2. Foy looking for another strikeout. Here comes her 0-2 to Casey Hickle. Left side, that one's just foul again. And the count remains 0-2. That's definitely Hickle's approach, trying to hit the ball up the middle or the other way. And it's worked for her well so far in her first season in the Forester Green. Foy's pitch. That's up high, count 1-2. Foy settles in, now delivers. Up the middle, Hickle, Foy up with it, and in time to first base. 1 up, 1 down, and now Gina Moore will step up to the plate.
Next at the plate, number 1, Gina Moore.
Huntington trying to get back into that rhythm they had on the offensive side in the last half inning. Came up with 2 in the bottom of the 5th. Felt like they could have grabbed a few more, but Foy has really been solid on the mound. That time she delivers for a strike on the outside corner. The pitch up too high, counts 1-1. Foy delivers again. Moore fouls it right off the glove of the catcher Barton. And now the count's 1-2. Foy shakes off for catcher Barton. And now delivers. Out too wide. Count evens up at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Moore at the plate. Right fielder today, Bree Hines, waits on deck. The next pitch, lifted out of play again. Count still 2-2. Hines waits on deck. Just Duval behind her. The pitch. Moore takes up too tall. Count now runs full. 3 balls, 2 strikes. Moore 1 for 2 on the day, looking for hit number 2. Gina waits. Foy delivers. Moore slaps it again out of play, and the count remains full. Foy and Moore will battle again. Payoff pitch. That's up too high. Moore's on for the second time today, and now the big hitters for HU get to come up, as it was scheduled to be Bree Hines, but the Foresters going to make a change. It'll be Kylie Fisher, who's having an awesome year, average-wise, leading the team so far this year. 467, 3 RBIs. She's got 1 extra base hit, a double. And Fisher ready to swing. First pitch fouls it straight back. Counts 0-1. Kylie maybe trying to provide a spark here for this Forester lineup. She waits in. Here's the pitch. That one's called strike. Might have been a tad low. But the call is there, and the count is now 0-2. Fisher, a freshman out of Markville, Indiana. Went to Pendleton Heights. That one's definitely outside. Count now 1 ball and 2 strikes. .75 pitches now on the day for Foy. Shakes off the catcher again. Sets and delivers again. Fisher stays alive. She shoots it over the left side of foul territory. The count remains 1 ball and 2 strikes. Nice showing today for the Forester fans, even in the cold. A lot of sock caps and blankets, as that one's out wide. 2-2, 1 out. Still Gina Moore on first base. Got there via the walk. Two-two pitch. Fisher stays alive again. Count remains 2 balls and 2 strikes. Tremendous at bat here by Fisher. The pitch. That's up high. It's another full count as Fisher has come in as a pinch hitter and has been locked in here at the plate. Foy takes her time, now delivers. Fisher again swats it out of play. Kylie looks really locked in right now at the plate as she continues to battle hard. She steps back in. Foy from the windup. Fisher takes right at the top of the zone, called strike 3. And Fisher is down as Foy picks up her 3rd strikeout of the day. bring up Jess Duvall. She's the one that got the rally going her last time up. Pitch. Changeup, called a strike. Foy's second pitch. Jess rips it left side. That's going to be a single to left, and now Jess Duvall has a hit in her last two at-bats, and that'll bring up her sister, Maddie Duvall, who last time up knocked around her sister, Jess, to third base, and if the Foresters can do that again here, start to battle back. So the Duvall sisters carrying a lot of the offense here today. Pitch. Good swing. Fouled straight back. Counts 0-1. Pitch. That one's down too low. Count now 1-1. Duvall hit a hard line drive right over the second baseman's head her last time up. Here's the pitch. She does it again, this time coming in. Agri unable to make the grab. Duvall drops it down. Another run comes in. Jess goes over to third. It's an RBI single. And the Foresters now will bring the tying run to the plate. It'll be Chloe Gregory. Nice piece of hitting and back-to-back at-bats for Maddie Duvall. 2 for 2 off the bench hitting today. She's been playing in the field, but softball obviously allows you to change some things up, and now she's feeling good at the plate as Gregory takes a ball too far outside. Jess on third, Maddie on first. Chloe Gregory at the plate. Foy still on the mound for Taylor. The pitch. Gregory hits it hard down the left field line. It's going to run out of room and foul. Counts 1-1. Gregory does have a little bit of a power in that bat. She has provided a couple of really good swings today. HU not necessarily looking for a home run, but they definitely take it. It's going to be tougher on a day like today with the wind blowing in from left to right. Here's the pitch. Gregory hits it hard left field. Going back on it and unable to make the grab is the left fielder for Taylor. This is going to score 2 for HU. It's a 2-out, 2-run, big-time double for Chloe Gregory. And the Foresters now, as close as they've been all afternoon, just down 1 run. That was a tremendous piece of hitting on an inside pitch there by Gregory. Just got her hands inside of it, shot it right over Rostetter's head. It's a 2-run double, and now Courtney Mason could tie it up with a base hit. Pitch. Mason takes one inside. Counts 1-0. Got to give credit to the Foresters. They have not backed down when they've been in some holes today. The pitch. Mason swings and fouls it back. Count 1-1 strike. Standridge still in closely, right in front of the bag at third. Over at first, it's Tannehill right behind the first base bag. Infielders, kind of medium depth. Same for the outfield. Mason up the middle. Gregory gets the wave. Here comes the throw home. There is going to be no throw home, and the Foresters have rallied all the way back. An RBI single by Courtney Mason. The Foresters with 4 in the 5th, and it's a brand new ball game. What a battle by the Foresters today. They looked like they were down and out in this game. The defense kind of let them down in the last inning, and right now you look up at the score, and it's 6-6. And Coach Erin Ayler is going to go to her bag of tricks once again. She's going to bring in Joe Walker up to hit. Walker on the year, a .333 hitter, 4 runs knocked in. Ayler has seemed to pull the strings correctly here today. She put Maddie Duval in to hit. That's obviously led to great results. And now Joe Walker will step up to the plate. 2 outs. Foresters have rallied all the way back. Walker lifts it center field. Agri going back on it at the track, able to make the catch at the wall. Walker comes in and gives it a ride, just not enough on that one, but the Foresters tie it up 6-6 in the bottom of the 6th. We head to the 6th, I should say, when we come back on FDN Sports.
Bippa State Bank is a cornerstone of the community. Our banking building blocks were assembled in 1911 and haven't differed much since then. We still stay true to our local roots, aiming to support, uplift, and celebrate the citizens and businesses of Huntington. As proud lenders to and patrons of our local businesses, we make our community an even more prosperous place. And when you support local banking, you play an important role in Huntington's success stories. No matter what financial products you may need, your business is an invaluable opportunity for us to strengthen our relationship with Huntington, which we're fortunate enough to call home. Bippa State Bank is banking at its best. We believe in community banking.
Back here for the top of the 6th, and we're all tied at 6 right now. It's Huntington rallying late in this game to even it up, 6-6 all, and Natalie Hazelby will once again be out towing the rubber for HU. The Duval sisters on the left side. It's still Jess at third, Maddie at short, Gregory at second, Mason at first. A new catcher behind the plate for the Foresters. Goheen no longer in the game, as Coach Haler's making a few changes. Still Tharp in center, Moore in right. First pitch, Hazelby misses out too wide. That's a ball. Counts 1-0. Hazelby goes to that sign sheet and delivers. That one splits the outside corner. It's a strike. Walker, who just came in to hit, will stay behind the plate. So that's the change for the Foresters. Huntington has a handful of catchers that are able to allow their head coach to make some changes when necessary. That one's too far outside. Count 2 balls and 1 strike. Been a roller coaster ride game for both sides here today. Taylor really had a chance to blow this game open and couldn't quite come up with that knockout punch as that one shot to the right side. Nice adjustment there by Gregory, who makes the grab. It's 1 up, 1 down.
Now batting number 19, Kaylee Larkin.
I want to bring up Kaylee Larkin. I've already seen what she can do today. A double off the left field wall and an infield single her last time up. Hazelby pitches too low. Counts 1-0. Scoring today has gone 3 in the first for Taylor. They added 1 more on in the third. Huntington responded with 2 in the bottom of the 4th. Taylor responded right back in the top of the 5th with 2 of their own. And Huntington tied it up in the last half inning with 4 runs in the bottom of the 5th as Larkin fouls it out of play. The count, 1 ball and 1 strike. Hazelby has been really solid for HU out of the pen today. Kind of kept her team right in it. Finally, that offense came through for them. Franklin up the middle. It's going to be a tough play for Maddie Duval, and once again, it's another infield single, as that is just another hit for Larkin, who just continues to do what she's done all year long, get on base.
Jersey Tannehill.
So that'll bring up Tannehill, also having a nice day. Larkin this time will stay on first and run for herself. Pitch from Hazelby, just below the knees, ball 1. Hazelby in relief today. 5 innings pitched, 1 earned, 2 strikeouts, no walks. The pitch. Fouled off left side. Count evens up at 1-1. The Foresters and Trojans will play one more after the conclusion of this one. It's a busy day on campus today with the baseball team taking on the Bethel Pilots as well. Pitch. Swing and a miss. Nice location there by Hazelby. And now the count is 1-2. I feel like if Huntington can win this game, they'll carry a lot of momentum into game 2 after this fiery comeback. 1-2 pitch. Lifted into center field. Tharp's got a read on it again. She gets over into the left field gap, makes the grab, and now 2 outs. Good person to retire there, and Tannehill, who's a really great offensive player, and it'll be up to Delaney McCreary to keep the inning alive. McCreary also 1 for 3. She hits it hard left side. This could be trouble. It's heading towards the scoreboard. It takes a few bounces to the wall. The wave is on. Duvall comes up, delivers it home, and the tag not applied by Walker. That throw pulled her off the plate just enough for Larkin to sneak in. And right back come the Taylor Trojans with 1 run, and they lead by 1, 7-6. Awfully close play there at the plate. Walker just couldn't quite get to a spot to swing that glove around, and Larkin got the wave and scores on that double to the wall. Hazelby delivers the ball low to Delaney Barton. Hazelby ready to go again. Here's the pitch. That one's too far outside. Count 2 balls and no strikes. Big 2-out hit so far by McCreary, her second of the day. 2-0 pitch. That one's outside. That pitch was called a strike a lot earlier. Now it seems like the zone has maybe gotten a little bit smaller on the edges. Barton up 3-0 in the count. The pitch. That one finds the corner. Now it's 3-1. So Huntington will have to battle back again, but hopefully it's just 1 run. Hazelby's pitch. That one was always a little too high. And that's a walk. As now Coach Gower is going to want to make another change, I believe. And we'll see what he's got up his sleeve this time. It's a lot to keep track of if you're keeping score at home. A lot of different changes for both sides. It looks like the change is going to be Rayleigh coming in to hit. Rayleigh on the year has not had a hit yet. She's 0 for 14 at the plate. So maybe this is a place where she can come in, get her first hit, build some confidence. Looking for her first hit, shoots it to the right side, but it's foul. Count is 0-1. Even though Rayleigh doesn't have a knock, she's got 3 runs knocked in, and a hit here might be number 4. Hazelby works through the signs in the pitch. Popped up right side. Gregory makes her second put out of the inning, and that'll take us to the bottom of the 6th. Huntington looking to battle back again when we're back on FDN Sports. Welcome back to Huntington University. It's a 7-6 lead for the Taylor Trojans, and it's a new pitcher on the mound. Maddie Foy's day done as of now, and the change is a left-handed pitching Katie. I'm going to do my best with this one here in a moment as Tharp launches it into center field. Agri underneath it. It is Katie Kotlowski who's on the mound, second pitcher of the day, following Foy, who did a really nice job. And she faces the 9-hitter, and now she'll face the top of the order in Casey Hickel. So she retires Tharp on one pitch. Outfield plays Hickel to hit it the other way. She takes a ball too low. Good spot in this lineup for the Foresters to get that offense revved back up. Just 5 outs away now. Hickel waits. Here's the pitch. It's fouled off the foot of Hickel, and the count evens up at 1-1 strike. Kolowski on the year, 5.17 ERA. This is her 11th game pitch. She's 3-3. She's started a few games actually, as Hickel pokes it into the gap. This one's going to roll for a little bit. Hickel's going to challenge the throw and instead slams on the brakes, and it looks like it was probably a good decision, as quickly getting that one in was Agri. But the Foresters get their leadoff hitter on with 1 out here in the bottom of the 6th. So Gina Moore will be next in line. She's 1 for 2 with a walk. She came around and scored her last time. That was in the last inning in the bottom of the 5th. Moore takes low. Kylie Fisher will wait on deck. She's another hitter that subbed into this game a little later. Lukowski pitches. That one finds the inside corner. Count is now 1-1 strike. Didn't look like Moore loved that call. Either way, it's a strike, and it's 1-1. Speedy Hickel on first. Corner's pinched in. Outfield plays Moore to hit it the other way. It's a 2-1 count now. That one misses high. Kotlowski delivers the 2-1 pitch. Moore hits it hard right at Agri, and they're going to call that a catch. And running back to the bag in time is the base runner Hickel. And, man, that one was awfully close. It looked like that Agri may have just snow-coned that ball. Of course, we don't have replay at the moment, or else we could give you another look. But if that holds up, that's a huge catch out in center field. And in fact, that looks like it's a different center fielder, no longer Agri, as that one's called a strike now on Fisher. So Huntington will have to go with 2 outs. Hot hitters behind Fisher. Duvall sisters lurking on deck. That one's down too low, counts 1-1. They've had a nice offensive day. Fisher, her first time up, had an extended at-bat. Ended up striking out, but still a good at-bat at that. See if she can keep this thing rolling. Lefty pitch. Fisher fouls it off right side. Count now in favor of Kotlowski at 1-2. With Hickel's speed, you'd like to think a ball to a gap or the wall could tie this up for HU. 1-2 delivery. Fisher takes high, now 2-2. Barton once again ready to throw behind Hickel, but she got back in time. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 7-6 lead for the Trojans. Back and forth game here at Huntington University. Here's the pitch. Fisher again fouls it off, this time to the left side. Count's going to hold at 2-2. Fisher's had some really good swings in her first 2 at-bats. See if she can finally connect on one. Fisher takes out wide. Count now goes to full. Runner will be off on the pitch. Ball in the gap definitely will score Hickle now. Fisher waits. Here's the pitch. Hits it hard, right side. It was not hit by the base runner, but an incredible play on the backside by Sanchez. It looked like the umpire was initially going to call her safe. Instead, he goes out, and it's at the moment a huge play by Sanchez to keep this one a 1-run lead for the Trojans. We head to the final frame. Huntington down 7-6.
This is how we like to do it.
We're back at Huntington University. It's a 7-6 lead. Huntington trails by 1. And it'll be up to Natalie Hazelby to keep us right there. As she'll face Sanchez, who at the moment just made the play of the game on a diving ground out to her left. Pitch too high. Sanchez takes for a ball. She's 2 for 3 today with an RBI. Struck out 1 time up as well. Having a great day all around is Sanchez, the second baseman. This one's hit softly left side. Duvall up with it. Throw perfect to Mason. 1 up, 1 down. And even if the Foresters can't come back to win this one, you've got to applaud the effort of Hazelby. Now close to 6 innings pitched, 2 earned runs, 2 strikeouts. It actually is 6 innings pitched now for her and a walk. So she's been really rolling here today. Pitch. That one's called on the outside corner. Strike 1. Madison Standridge waits in. She's 1 for 2 on the day. Hazelby out of the windup and the pitch. She's looking to bunt again. That hit her out of the box. That should be an out, and it's going to be. That's a good call, as Standridge was outside of the box in fair territory when that ball hit her. So it's an out, and I can't imagine that they're going to overturn this one because that looked clear as day. They're going to have a discussion. If this one goes against the Foresters, I can't imagine Coach Ayler is going to be very pleased after the collection of calls that just went against their team in the bottom of the 6. I think this one was clear and obvious that Standridge was in fair territory when she was called out. And yep, that's the right call. So Standridge is out. That's 2 outs now. And now Hazelby just 1 out away of getting through the top of the 7th. Rastetter swings, hits it hard. Moore didn't get a great jump on it, but able to keep it to just a single as Rastetter shot it opposite field. It's another hit for the top of the order, and that'll bring up Livy Lehman. Lehman checks into the box, hitting second today for the Trojans. Hazelby once again working through her signs and now delivers the pitch. That one hits Lehman right in the upper forearm, it looks like, and that is not what you want because now the best hitter maybe in the entire league steps up to the plate. So Larkin will get a chance with 1 runner in scoring position. Really, all runners are in scoring position when she comes to the plate. One of the best home run hitters and RBI collectors in the entire Crossroads League. Hazelby pitches. That one's outside, ball 1. She's had 3 straight hits in this game. Hazelby's pitch had Larkin way out in front of that one. Count evens up at 1-1. Hazelby's got to be careful here with Larkin. The pitch. Larkin swings and misses. Good pitch. Count is 1-2. Rastetter out on second. And on first, it's Lehman. Larkin at the plate. Hazelby misses too far outside. Counts 2-2. If Hazelby can repeat that fastball right above the zone, maybe she gets Larkin to swing and miss. Here's the pitch. It was the same pitch, fouled straight back this time. Count. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. 7-6 lead for Taylor. Hazelby trying to keep her team just a run away, heading to the bottom of the 7th in the last inning in game 1. Hazelby ready. The pitch to Larkin. It's a changeup. It looked like a foul ball off the knob of the bat. And that's what it is. The count's going to stay at 2-2. Actually, excuse me, it looks like they're going to call that pitch. They're going to call that pitch a ball and say that Larkin gets to stay at the plate because she intentionally did not get out of the way. So it's full, fouls it straight back. So an interesting collection of calls here in this game. So because Larkin stood in there and did not avoid the pitch, kind of lean into it, it's a ball and it's 3-2. Pitch. Larkin pops it straight up in the air. Wind blowing it to the right side. Mason able to make the big catch. And Huntington heads to the last part of this game, the bottom of the 7th. They'll need a run. 2 will win it. We'll be right back on FDN Sports. It's the bottom of the 7th. Huntington trails by a run. They'll need at least that here to keep this game alive. They'd love to get 2 and win this game. As Duvall steps in, it's a little breaking ball that hits the outside corner. Strike 1. Jess Duvall, 2 for 3. She's got a hit in her last 2 at-bats. The pitch. Duvall takes this one too high. Looked like it was Kalowski that came right back with that same pitch. That time didn't get the call. The 1-1. Duvall hits it hard to center field. Back on it and making the grab easily is, it looks like Rastetter that's out there now. Excuse me, I was trying to make sure we get the right people in the right spot. And now Maddie Duvall, Jess's sister, will step up to the plate. She's also had back-to-back great at-bats. First pitch, up way too high, counts 1-0. Chloe Gregory waits on deck. Here's the pitch. That one hits the outside corner. It's a strike. Maddie Duval takes a deep breath and now ready to roll the pitch again. Another breaking ball that squeezes into the zone. Counts 1-2. Kolowowski's got that breaking ball dialed in right now. 1-2 pitch. Duval has to wait and then just in the nick of time hits it to the right side. Count stays at 1-2 strikes. Maddie back into the box. 1-2 count. Pitch on its way. Duval hits it up the middle. That's going to get down for a base hit. And now the tying run on first base with Chloe Gregory stepping up to the plate.
Now at the plate, number 5, Chloe Gregory.
Huntington trying to come all the way back here. They'll take 1 run, but 2 wins it. And Gregory, her last time up, nearly left the yard. The pitch. Gregory takes outside, ball 1. Courtney Mason waits on deck. Maddie Duval over at first. Corner still pinched in for Taylor. Tharp takes that breaking ball again for a strike. That's kind of thrown off the Huntington hitters here in this 7th inning. Just a little different look than what they've seen all day long. Kotlowski pitches. That one's too high. Gregory takes ball. It's a 2-1 count. Lefty on the mound trying to put this one away. Gregory trying to keep it alive or win it. The pitch. She takes that one outside, and now it's a 3-1 count. Here's the pitch. Gregory hits it hard, right center field, but right at McCreary, who's there. Duval gets back in time. That's a great swing by Gregory, just right at the defender. And now the Foresters down to their final out. It'll be Courtney Mason. Does have 3 RBIs on the day. The pitch. Mason takes high. 1-0. Joe Walker waits on deck. Huntington down to their final out. Lefty pitch. That one's too low. Now it's 2-0. We'll see how aggressive Coach Ayler gets on a ball in the gap. See if Maddie Duval can score. Mason takes strike right at the bottom of the zone. Counts 2-1. Mason's been a little bit up and down so far this season at the plate. Today, she's been really solid, though. Just a .230 hitter coming in. Pitch. That one's outside, and now it's a 3-1 count. Joe Walker waits on deck. She nearly hit one out to dead center in her lone at bat today. Good hitters count for Mason. The pitch. She lunges at that one, fouls it off the netting, and the count is full. So the runner will be off on the pitch with 2 outs, a full count. Now you'd think any ball that gets deep into the gap, Duval has a really good chance of scoring. Mason trying to do just that. Here's the pitch. Mason takes breaking ball, called strike 3, and that's going to end game number 1. The Foresters battle all the way back, but at the end of the game, the Trojans are victorious. That'll take us to a break. We'll be back for game number 2 in 20 to 30 minutes. The Foresters looking to win game number 2. It's the Trojans victorious in game 1, 7-6.